Welcome back to Pop Culture Tarot. Britney Spears got into a little bit of a issue last week. Well, she didn't get into it. Somebody else put her into it. She actually got slapped or pushed. She went up to a basketball player, and I guess she was really excited to see him and went up to him speaking in a British accent, which I think is hilarious because, I love speaking in a British accent. And unfortunately, I think she pulled the guy's arm or something from behind, and his security guard, slapped her away. So I just want to see what's going on in her energy, just overall, and what is next for her, because we know that Britney has been through it. Okay. So, what is the overall energy around Britney Spears right now? What is the overall energy around Britney Spears? What is Britney's birthday? Okay, so I see that she is a Sagittarius with an Aquarius moon and a Libra ascendant, a Libra rising. And for those of you all that are not familiar with astrology, um, the moon sign represents sort of your secret desires, drives, etc., that private part of you. And basically, it is the sign that was rising in the sky or it's the sign that the moon was in when you were born. And then your ascendant or your rising sign is the sign that was rising in the sky when you were born. And so the ascendant can be looked at as your personality, so to say, how you're seen in the world. Your sun sign is your personality aspect, and then again, the moon is like your private desires. That's how I always look at it. All right, so I would also say that Libra is one of the signs of that has to do with enemies, and so having her Libra ascendant, makes sense to me. Even though she started out getting so much love, just the things that went on in her family, I probably would have to look further into her chart to see where that is, but we're not going to do that today. Let's just look at the overall energy of Britney Spears. Britney, what's her middle name? Is it Lynn? Britney Spears, overall energy. Thank you, Spirit. Oh my goodness. So interesting that we get the Page of Cups for Britney. Oh no, her sister's Jamie Lynn. That's right. Yes, I don't know her middle name. Hmm. So this this is interesting because this does feel very Britney Spears to me. We've got like the pig, like when pigs fly over here, even though we've got sort of head in the clouds, right? Even though so pages are messengers, cups has to do with emotions. It is a young energy. It is, when we see pages, they are a naive energy. Okay. And so they are dreamers, right? I mean, you look at this card. They're idealistic. You see the little heart. Hasn't she done this before? Hasn't she done like the little heart with her hands when she's like spinning around and doing things? You see the two hands making a heart down here. Yeah. And so just a little leading with the heart. This feels so Britney Spears to me. Wow, I cannot even take it. So that's how she's showing up as the Page of Cups, a little naive, a little idealistic, leading with the heart, not really grounded right now. This is also can be a card of surprise. In the traditional, not traditional, but in the Rider-Waite, you see how you have the fish there coming out of the cup? That fish represents a surprise. Here you've got the pig, and you know how people say when pigs fly? And so that's the surprise too. So I actually think that this is, the more I look at it, this is wow. This is actually describing that situation last week, right? Like she's leading with her heart. She has her heart in her hands. She definitely, I feel like, was surprised and probably hurt because she's always received so much love from the public. She didn't get pushed down to the ground, but this feels like also being like knocked off your feet a little bit, right? Because we have the clouds here. And it's interesting how this is a little disembodied. I never really noticed that before, how the feet kind of stop here and then they're up here. So this to me feels like Britney not really understanding like what's going on in the world around her. Yeah, especially with this moon here. The moon can represent illusion, it can represent delusion, it can represent secrets, it can represent like things being covered, you know, and this figure is underwater. And we also have water here too. Cups are do represent emotions. And so I feel like again, she leads with her emotions, even though she is a fire sign. I don't know what her Cancer placements are and all that. I'm not going to get into what her water sign placements are. I'm not going to get into all that. I always say I'm not going to get into it and then I get into it. But um I just feel like she leads with her emotions quite a bit. And I guess that could be that Sagittarius energy. You know, Sagittarius fire signs can be a little impulsive. And so I feel like leading with that energy has not really worked out to her benefit. What else do you have to say about, yep, see, look at this, Nine of Wands. Here's the fire energy showing up. Here's the fire energy showing up. You know, this is like you won, quote unquote. To me, this is like the wounded warrior. That's kind of how even though you can't really see it in this card, she's a little, her eyes are a little, you know, it's a little side eye here. It's a little side eye um in her eyes, but and she's behind the wands, which I never noticed before. Like she's behind her actions. It's kind of standing behind her actions. Yeah. I just feel like she's led with her emotions and her impulsivity, and it just has not really worked out in her favor. Wow, we've got the Knight of Pentacles here in reverse. And this feels very much, as I was talking about that, like, even though this isn't what this card represents, okay, but the thing about tarot is I also use my intuition, and we read what we read has to do with the other cards and just also our intuition, okay, and other things. Like this card is like totally, this Knight of Pentacles is like a man walking away with her pentacles. Now, that is not what this is about. The Knight of Pentacles is what typically when we see a knight, it is the end of a long-term situation. So actually, to me, this feels like the men in her life walking away with her pentacles, but it coming to an end. And so this could have actually been sort of the conservatorship, right? Like, yes, she fought because wands are about action. She took all of the actions that she needed to take to stop somebody from walking away with her pentacles, but at what cost? Oh my God. Wow. Yeah. Wow. At what cost? Hmm. I was just thinking that as I was talking about, because I also feel like this is Kevin Federline, also, like basically, again, her not seeing certain things, her not, her leading with her impulsivity and her emotion and her not seeing certain things, and that constantly leading her into certain battles that she has to like fight to get out of to protect her legacy, has left her in this sad energy, this Nine of Swords energy. Like, oh my gosh, like, granted, I was speaking in an English accent. Granted, I did come up from somebody from behind, but wow, I was the pop princess. I was like America's sweetheart. And now I'm literally being like attacked publicly. Oh, Brittany, Brit. Mm-mm-mm. So unfair. So unfair. We have the lovers here. I'm not sure really what that is about. Lovers is typically a choice. Um, I need some clarification if they want to shift now and talk about her husband. Does this lover's card have to do with her husband? Okay, we got a yes. I'm not crazy about seeing the magician card when it comes to her husband. Because while the magician's card can be about having all your power, having everything you need, it can also show up as the trickster. Spirit, how is Brittany's husband showing up in her life? How is Brittany's husband? Okay. All right. I do have the Fool here. So that's again a leap of faith, that impulsivity. I got the King of Pentacles. Gracious Brittany. For entertainment purposes only. This Fool again is not looking where you're leaping, taking a leap of faith. You see, she's got her crystal in her hand. So it's like, I got the faith, right? But at the same time, I'm backwards going over a cliff. King of Pentacles, Pentacles is about resources, it's about materialism, it's about money. This is how her husband is showing up. All right. I have the Tower, which is about a big change. I have the Emperor. Again, the Emperor is concerned with their standing in life, protecting their energy. I have the Tower sitting under the Fool. So it's like another big transformation for Brittany. I have her husband showing up as the Magician, the King of Pentacles, and the Emperor planning his next move. And I have the Justice card. So I need clarification on this Justice card. Spirit, tell me about Brittany's husband with this justice card, please? Tell me about Brittany's husband with this justice card, please. Tell me about Brittany's husband with this justice card. I got travel, distance, boundaries, far apart, get away. So there needs to be some boundaries here. Spirit, tell me about focus here. What's his name? Sam. Tell me about Sam. What is the energy around Sam, please? So I have change, I have healing, and I have mask. So I need clarification on all these. I'm pretty clear on mask, hidden messages here. But I do need clarification on this healing and this so we're going to go back to the wow. And I have regret and fear and crossroads. So it could be, Spirit, are you saying wounds, improving, mending, progress? Is Sam helping? Or what is the energy around this healing? What is being healed, I guess? Okay. All right. So what's being healed is with this 9 of Pentacles here. So I do feel like he helped her to get out of that conservatorship. He did help her to heal that. He did help her to change that situation. Absolutely. But there's some other stuff with Sam. So there is a crossroads here. There is something about fear, regret, and him wearing a mask. Is Britney in a space allegedly for entertainment purposes only? Wow. Okay, so this is how this fell. I'm just gonna show you how the cards fell. Now this card, I saw when I was beginning to shuffle, but I didn't pick it, and then it fell out again. This is exactly how it fell. And so we're gonna read that judgment card too. The question was, is she regretting her relationship with Sam? And we get the 10 of Cups in reverse. Okay, we get the 10 of Cups in reverse. And this is a yes card. If there wasn't a glare, you could see the words yes right there. There's a little bit of a glare, but there it is. And cups are about emotions. And what did I say? She leads with emotions and she's quite impulsive with her emotions. And now she's looking at stuff with this judgment card, okay? She's reviewing things. She's regretting some things. Oh my goodness, what did I do? What did I get myself into this time? And where do I go next? He did help me get out of that conservatorship. He did help me. He helped me to get my coins back, okay? So it seemed like it was going to be a healing situation. It seemed like the changes were going to be good, but now things are not really giving what the girls said it was supposed to have gave for entertainment purposes only. Okay, So now this King of Pentacles and this Emperor, now I'm starting to see how strategic he is. What I thought was going to be a happy home, 10 of Cups in reverse. Now I'm looking at it and I'm judging things differently. Now I'm looking at things differently. 4 of Pentacles, which is a card that has to do with greed, hoarding. I wonder if Sam is now controlling the finances. But then we have the Death card, which is about regeneration. How can I change this situation? 5 of Cups, focusing on the past, focusing on the cups that have spilt and not looking at the 2 cups behind. So I feel like she is wanting a change here. She's wanting a rebirth, but she is disappointed. Okay, and here's regret again. Mm-mm-mm. Sending energy to Britney Spears, sure, because this is unfortunate. Hmm. Wow. What is the, but she is protected, I'm hearing. She is protected by her ancestors. What would the ancestral message be for Britney Spears? What is the ancestor message? Okay. Keep your eye on the prize. Look at the big picture. I get Palladian energy here, visionary. Oh my God, I love this for her as a Sagittarius, because Sagittarius does actually resonate to the Fool. I forgot that. Oh my God, I totally forgot that Sagittarius resonates to the Fool. Wow. So she needs to tap into her cosmic energy. I don't know if she does. I don't know if she meditates or prays or anything like that, but she definitely needs to tap into that energy. She needs to tap into, she needs to ask her quote unquote sky team for help. We have Cancer here, and here we are in Cancer season. Maybe reaching out to her mother. Maybe reaching out to her mother, because Cancer is about the mother. We are in Cancer season. And so maybe actually reaching out to her mom for help. And then I get the first house here. The first house is about identity. And she needs to really reclaim her. She needs to find out who she is, which I would imagine would be so challenging when people have been telling you who you are for like most of your life. But that is the thing. She needs to look at the big picture. She needs to get some sort of comfort and nurturing, be around people who are going to nurture her and love her so that she can decide who she wants to be in the world. That is what I have for you all. Please drop down in the comments. Let me know if this resonated, what y'all think about it, and I'll see you next time.